Hey, welcome to Slay the Spire. Today playing the daily challenge for February 16th, 2026. The character at the Ironclad. The modifiers are all-stars, starts with 5 colorless cards, just like yesterday. Same with colorless cards. Colorless cards are MP rewards. And night stars resting at rest side seals 100% of HP, but cost 5 max HP. So yesterday we had these two modifiers as well. Did not have night stars, we had Midas instead, right? That's interesting. Yesterday was the Ironclad too. That's very similar on to yesterday. That does not happen often. I can't remember the last time we had 2 of the 3 modifiers the same. I guess theoretically, by chance, at one point there will be all 3 modifiers the same, but that hasn't happened yet in, what, like 7 years of recording? Anyway, I see Gemini with amazing 1403. Congratulations. No other feminine name. That makes me a little worried for the top 20. Okay, Flick Nickum 1103. Alright. So this does not seem impossible to beat, but difficult to get a high score. Yeah, that's a great score. Alright, let's see what I can come up with here. Alright, we started with 5 copies. Okay. Almost all of them are rare cards, so Pauper might be really difficult. Hand of Greed is really good, though. I might want to try to use it as much as often. And then Dramatic Entrance on turn 1 is not bad. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Alright. And then here, let's see. 1, 2 lead path. I'll get these 2 question mark rooms, or these 2. I probably want to go on the left to have a chance to get a little bit extra gold before the first shop. And then the 3rd question mark room, and that's actually, wait, I can choose any of the last leads. So I can get a 4th question mark room, and then unfortunately another shop. It's a lot of shops. I guess I have to use the Hand of Greed as much as I can, so let's try to do that. Alright, speaking of, let's do Dramatic Entrance, Hand of Greed, and then a Strike. And I think here I'll sacrifice a little bit of HP to shuffle back to my Hand of Greed. Here I can fully defend. Okay. And then here, let's do Thinking Ahead. I don't think I'll do the Chrysalis. Oh, and there's the Hand of Greed. Beautiful. Alright, got 20 gold out of that. Good. Trigger Reckless Charge Anger. I wonder if I should take Anger. Anger would be great if I had more card draw, although I do also have Panache, so Anger is good with that as well. Triggered is a decent defensive card. Who's my final boss? Hexaghost. And I have an elite right before that, so I would like weakness and block. Let's take the anger first, though. I'm hoping I can get weakness and block until the Hexaghost. We got Warpaint up and pick up with 2 random skills. That's 2 defense upgraded. Okay. And then here I got the Lice. Ideally, I would use the Hand of Greed twice here, right? Let's do Dramatic Entrance, defend, and then I don't think I'll do anything else. Yeah, basically, I need to get as much gold as I can before the first shop. All right, there's one first Hand of Greed. Let's target, hang on. Well, if I target this guy, I won't get attacked, right? Or I won't lose any HP. Okay, let's do that. And then put the defend back. I might need to defend next turn. Alright, 11. Yep, definitely needed to defend. Luckily, I have some good defensive cards. Another 11. Okay, yeah, fine. I'll lose a little bit of HP, but hopefully I'll be able to get the Hand of Greed. Yep, awesome. Okay, alright, got my gold, extra gold there, and then Elixir Potion, Pummel, Whirlwind, Iron Wave. Not a huge fan of any of these. Maybe the Whirlwind in case I have to fight the sentries. Pummel would be better if I had any strength. Iron Wave is a safe choice. Let me take the Iron Wave because it'll also give me block. Alright, just like yesterday, I got Dead Branch offered and I can't afford it. What a shame. And I used the Hand of Greed as much as I can, so there's no way to use it more. And I guess there's also no real way to avoid the shop, right? Unless you skip an early elite, so, that's a bummer. Alright, fine. In that case, Panic Button is a favorite of mine. I am considering taking that. Spot Weakness is interesting. Double Tap if I'm going to go for rare cards, although this is very expensive. Let me take Panic Button, and then Spot Weakness, and I think I'll do Whirlwind. Yep. Okay. Alright, that is a bummer. I can't afford the branch there. Remove Transformer upgrade. I could upgrade something. I don't think any... Should I upgrade the Hand of Greed to give me more gold? Let's do that. It's also a decent attack card, and I'm also thinking now I can safely go for the other shop if I can use Hand of Greed frequently enough. Alright, I do have Panic Button, which means I have to deal enough damage next turn, which is going to be really difficult, but I mean, it's either that or not being able to perfect, so let's try this. If I get a Hand of Greed, but how do I deal 33 damage? Yeah, honestly, I don't see a way I can deal enough damage this turn. Well, I can use Hand of Greed once at least. Let's do Panache. Wait, if I do, hang on, 6, 25, and 33 with Spot Weakness. No, I can't do Spot Weakness and Strike. Actually, yeah, no, I guess I can do Spot Weakness. Yeah, no, there's nothing I can do. Let's do Spot Weakness here, then Strike, and then Hand of Greed. Oh no. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna reload just because I miscalculated. I was supposed to do the Anger instead of Strike. Let's not count that. That was a silly mistake, and obviously I'm not reloading to perfect. I'm just reloading to not waste too much time waiting for the Hand of Greed to come back. And honestly, wait, I targeted this guy, right? Yeah. Honestly, I don't think there's any way to perfect this one. Yeah, I basically just didn't have any block on turn 1 other than the Panic Button. Alright, so here I did Spot Weakness and then Anger and then Hand of Greed. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. And then now I'll just wait for the Hand of Greed to come back. Ideally twice. I'll be willing to accept a lot of damage. So yeah, let's speed this up. Actually, should I do... Yeah, let's do another defend. And then a strike. Yeah, so I also think I'll speed this back. Sorry, I'll speed this up and I'll be back when I'm ready to get Hand of Greed damage to all of them, which might take a while. Alright, beautiful. Was able to use the Hand of Greed 3 times and got some gold. And I also have to lose HP for the Hexaghost anyway, so I was fine losing some HP there. Didn't lose too much there. Little Flank, Corruption, or Head, but Corruption is interesting. I don't have that many skills, but I might pick them up later. So let's take the Corruption here. We've got Juju based on enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. That's nice. And then here I could get a Curse, Anger, Corruption. Probably don't want to duplicate, right? There's a Doubt. Okay, I got the Doubt for free. Good. Metallicize. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that too. I don't think I'll do the Anger. A second Bash is interesting. I don't think I'll do a second Corruption. So yeah, this is fine. Okay. Alright, got one Curse out of that. That's not too bad. And then here, I'll upgrade. Should I upgrade the Corruption next? Or Metallicize upgrade would be good too. Let's upgrade the Corruption first, and then I think I can upgrade the Metallicize before the boss fight. Alright, let me just remember the best path is just one question mark room and one elite with a possible... Actually, no, I have to go to shop if I want to get a question mark room, right? So let's go this way. That also avoids an extra rest side, which I don't need. And then, yeah, let's try to use the Hand of Greed a few more times. That's so on calendar. At the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. That might actually be a problem because I might not be able to use the Hand of Greed as much as I'd like. Here, let's do Spot Weakness, Dramatic Entrance, Strike, and Defend. Okay. Oh, and I have to lose HP. I do have another regular fight. I might want to try to lose HP then. Alright, here, let's do Thinking Ahead. I think I'll put the panic button back. Alright, that way I can defend next turn if I get attacked. And if I don't get the Hand of Greed. I did get the Hand of Greed, though. Beautiful. Okay. Armaments, True Grit, Clash. I kind of want to take the True Grit now. Yeah, I don't think I need the other two. Let's take the True Grit. Okay. And then here, oof, unfortunately it's a duplicate curse because I already have a Doubt. But let's still take it. It's a lot of gold, and there's a small chance I might be able to transform that curse. Although I guess if I'm going to go for a Highlander. Here I'm going to try to use the... Oh, actually, I have to lose a bunch of HP here, right? Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do Dramatic Entrance, and then I'll wait. So my goal is to drop down to probably 11, right? Assuming I can perfect the next elite. What are the odds of me being able to perfect the next elite? I think reasonably high. It can't be the Sentry, so it's either the Lagavulin. Actually, if it's the Lagavulin, I'll have trouble. But no, I think I'll try that. Yeah, so let's drop down to 11, and then also try to use the Hand of Greed. So I'll speed this up. I'll be right back. I forgot about some calendar. I at least was able to use the Hand of Greed one extra time, so I got 50 gold out of it, but unfortunately I'm at 43 HP, which is a lot. Headbutt, Flash of Steel, Havoc. Havoc is interesting. Let's take the Flash of Steel for card draw, though. And then here, I do have plenty of gold. There's Threadneedle. That's really nice. There's also an Entropic Brew. I don't think I'll do Dole's Mirror, unless I want to go for Collector bonuses, then I could duplicate the Collector and try... Or the Doubt, I mean. No, I think I'm going to stick with Highlander. Yeah, let's take the Threadneedle Sashko with 4-plate armor. It is very expensive. I could afford the Sever Soul. Let's do that. And then I can also... I don't think I'll need Perfected Strike, right? I haven't picked up any extra strike cards. Sentinel with Corruption is really good. Yeah, let's take the Sentinel. Why not? It's another block card, too. Okay. Alright, let's see. We got the Lagavulin here. I mean, I'm going to try to perfect, but if I can't, I'm not going to be too upset about it. Let's do Flash of Steel, see what that gives me. Nope, I think I'll wait here. I do want to get my Corruption plate if I can. There's the Hand of Greed. Man, this is a great turn to attack, but... no, I think I'll wait. Although the longer I wait, the more useful Stone Calendar will become. Alright, here I was hoping to do Metallicize. Now, actually, the enemies was not weakened, so if I had wakened up this turn, I would not have been able to fully defend, so I'm glad this didn't happen. Actually, wait, I had 16 plus 7? Yeah, maybe it would have been enough. Wait, were those two defense upgraded? No, one was them. So it was 13 plus 7. Yeah, that actually would have been enough. Alright, fine. So I need another 11 block. I do have the True Grit and Sentinel. Let's do Panache first, then Thinking Ahead. There's the Corruption. That's really tempting. I also would love to do the Whirlwind. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do Corruption, then Sentinel, Whirlwind. It's weakness, right? Yeah, so I'm barely dealing any damage. At least I triggered the Panache. Another... Oh, no. I mean, I think I'm going to try to use the Gambler's Brew, because I would really like to defend here, and I can't. I'm hoping to get some defensive cards. Okay, I got the Panic Button. I know I'm not being attacked next turn, so let's do... yeah, let's do Panic Button, Hand of Greed, and wait. Come. Alright, and then next turn Stone Calendar will trigger, so I just need to deal a little bit extra damage here. And that is going to be enough, right? Alright, didn't use the Hand of Greed, but I think this is good enough. Okay. Alright, perfect this one, which does mean I finished the fight with 49 HP. That's going to be really bad. We got Anchor Stretch come with 10 block, which is nice. Metal size number 2, second one, Twin Strike. I think I'll take the second one with all the curses I have. And then here, let's upgrade... I was going to upgrade the True Grit. That might be hard. I don't have any source of weakness either, right? Panic Button is going to be tough too. What if I upgrade the Metal size? That might be useful. Yeah, let's try the Metal size. I'm not sure. I mean, I do have a block push, and I guess I have to draw all my defensive cards on turn 2, which might be possible. Yeah, I started with second one. That's not good. Let's do Flash of Steel, Anger, Dramatic Entrance, and wait. Oof, okay, so this is going to be 30 incoming. All right, did not draw a single defensive card as opposed to wanting to draw all of my defensive cards. No, okay, now I have 9 plus 4, 13. There's no way. Well, wait, 25. I'm not that far off, but still not close. Which is unfortunate. Nothing I could have done here. Yeah, I might as well lose HP then. Okay, fine. I'm also losing all of my plated armor. Yep. Alright, fine. And there's the panic button. A little too late. Although I didn't really need it last turn either. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what I need to do differently. I can't even say that I was offered a lot of good other cards I could have taken. Because I just wasn't. So there's not much I could do. And it wasn't even that one turn, right? I'm also taking damage on pretty much every other turn too. So yeah, not much I could have done here. It's fine. Actually, was it the same thing yesterday? Did I also have the Hexaghost yesterday? No, I had the Slime Boss yesterday. Okay, that was slightly worse. Do I want to play the Corruption here? Yeah, I think having all the skills be 0 cost would be nice. Let's also do Anger and Strike. Okay. That'll also help me trigger the Panache, hopefully. Alright, 14. Let's do Strike 1. Should I just do Second Wind? Yeah, same thing, right? And it helps me get rid of one of the burns. Okay. Alright. Another 8. Let's do Spot Weakness, Flash of Steel, and then Iron Wave. Actually, Sever Soul is great. Allows me to get rid of the doubt there. Alright, and another 24. Okay, I can actually, yeah, full defend here. Okay. Yeah, still taking some damage there. Alright, can I deal 72 damage? I'm a little worried. I don't have a lot of HP. There is a Panic Button, which I probably don't need because I'm fully defended here without the Panic Button. Okay. Okay, now my deck doesn't have any skills other than the Chrysalis. Alright, let's do Flash of Steel, 2 strikes, and you know what? Let's do Panic Button. Oh, and that Panache was enough to kill. Beautiful. Alright, got a Colorless Push, another Hand of Greed. No, I think I'll try to go for Handler, so either Secret Technique or Emulate. Secret Technique is interesting, although I don't have that, like, an amazing skill I need to draw, but it might give me a good defense. Actually, Emulate might be really good, too. If I had taken the double tap on the shop, it might have been even better. Probably going to take the Curse Key. Should I do the Calling Bell? So Curse Key would guarantee me... So I already have 2 curses. This would be a third one. This would guarantee me 4. I still have to transform one. Oh man, this is a tough choice. What are the odds of me being able to get 2 more curses? And actually, no, 3 more. Or a transformation event, one of those 2. No, I think I played safe. Let's take the Curse Key. That also gives me extra energy. So gain energy at the start of your turn. When we open an Unbossed chest, open a curse. I think it's a safer choice because I might not be able to get curses with the Calling Bell, whereas this one at least guarantees an extra curse for me. So I'll find out at the end if it was worth it. Alright, 2 lead path either on the left, which gives me 1, and then early shop 2, 3 question mark rooms, or on the right, which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question mark rooms, and then 2 leads later on. That is the best path, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's stick on the right. Definitely better to do 6 question mark rooms. No shop, though. Alright, I am fully defended here. Let's do... I kind of want to do Sever Soul, and then... Yeah, let's do Sever Soul, then Dramatic Entrance, Flash of Steel, and Whirlwind. Okay. Not a bad start. Another 12. Should I do Panic Button? It's a little risky, but... Actually, I'm fully defended with the defense, so there's no need to play the Panic Button, especially because I can afford playing everything else, too. Alright, I would love to use the Hand of Greed. Let's do Thinking Ahead. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I put back. Let's actually put the... this doesn't break through the block. Let's put the Iron Wave back. Okay. Which I'm weakened next turn, so... And I don't have vulnerability, so... Hand of Greed might not be enough. Let's do Corruption. I should have done Panache first, in case. Then do Iron Wave and a Strike. Didn't even break through the block. Okay. And, okay, there's an Emulate. That's good. I can do Spot Weakness, Emulate. Alright, then do 2 strikes, and then trigger now. Oh, I killed with a Panache. That's a shame. I was going to use the Hand of Greed there, which is going to be bound to show up in the next hand. Alright, Bloodletting, Iron Wave, or Sever Soul. I already have these 2. Let's take the Bloodletting. Not a bad idea, especially with a Whirlwind. Okay, Unique Curse number 3, Decay. That's not bad. And then here, well, I was trying to go for Highlander, so I can't take the bites. Also would like to keep the max HP. I got a shop here. I didn't use the Hand of Greed, so hopefully that's not going to come to hurt me here. Not a huge fan of any of the cards, and I already have these two. I think I'll take the Relics. Centennial Puzzle? Yeah, that seems probably the best thing here, right? Yeah, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Not super helpful at the moment, but I'm hoping to get a curse that allows me to lose more HP. Okay. Here, I am probably okay giving up the, what do you call it? The Chrysalis to gain more max HP. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to give up. Let's give up the Chrysalis. I'm still hoping to be able to transform the Doubt rather than remove it. Well, I might have to remove it in Act 3. Alright, here I'm fully defended. Let's do Thinking Ahead. I kind of want to put the Dramatic Entrance back, because I don't need it this turn. Yeah, let's put the Dramatic Entrance back, and then I can do Bash and 2 strikes. Get this part to the ground. Okay. I'm fully defended here. Alright. Okay, and now there's a Whirlwind. That's good. Let's do Dramatic Entrance. Then, oh, I would love to use Hand of Reed. Let's gain a little bit of gold out of that, and then do Whirlwind. Get the other words to the ground. Okay. In retrospect, I was offered a headbutt before. I should have taken it, so I could have used it with the what do you call it, Hand of Reed, brought back the Hand of Reed every time, right? Because now it's going to be really hard to shovel back to it. I might just want to do Emulate. Yeah, let's just do Emulate, because it's going to take too long for Hand of Reed to show up again. Actually, oh, I guess I can wait. If I can fully defend, let's wait a little. Okay, because there's a small chance I might get it before the Stone Calendar triggers. Let's do Corruption, Defend, and Wait. And Stone Calendar will trigger next turn, so if I don't get the Hand of Greed now... I didn't. That's fine. Okay. Alright, we got an Essence of Steel potion, which I'll probably take over the Elixir potion. And then Thunderclap, Clash, or Warcry. Let's take the Thunderclap. Come. Alright, here I got the Cultist. Alright, let's do Panache, Thunderclap, Dramatic Entrance. And I don't think I can trigger the Panache yet. That's fine. Alright, 18 incoming. Whirlwind is pretty good. Let's do 1 defend, and then let's do Whirlwind. Okay. Yeah, this way I am weakened next turn. Actually, that might not be enough for Hand of Greed, right? I will need 1 other good attack card. I did not get it. There's an Emulate, that's nice. Yeah, I think I'll do Spot Weakness Emulate. Okay. And then, let's get rid of, I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Let's get rid of 1 of them with the Anger. Actually, I can get rid of both of them with the, Panache. But no, let's do Iron Wave, and then not play anything else. I do want to play the Hand of Greed if I can. I'm okay losing a little bit of HP for that. Let's do Thinking Ahead. No. I mean, Second Wind is fine, right? Yeah, fine. Let's do Second Wind. Okay. Alright, and there's the Hand of Greed. Beautiful. Got at least 25 gold out of that. Heart of Iron is really nice. I'll take over the Colorless Potion. I have some great defensive potions at this point. And now I think I'm ready to take the Headbutt, also because it's the only card I don't already have. Man, this could have been my second collectibles, but no, let's stick with Highlander. And I think at this point... I should have gone for collectors. We've got Clumsy, that's good, as well as Regal Pillow, one of you resting an additional 15 HP. And then here I got another Curse, Shame, as well as Shuriken. Every time I play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. So, where am I at with curses? I have 2 doubts. I have, yeah, Decay, Clumsy, Shame. So I need 1 more curse, and I need to remove the duplicate doubt, which should be doable. Alright, Gremlin Leader is not attacking, that's good. I only have attack cards, that's also good. Let's do 12 plus 8 is 20. So let's do Bash, Dramatic Entrance, then Flash of Steel. Alright, Panache is good, and Sever Soul is enough to get rid of this guy. Beautiful. Increase the chance of not being attacked next turn. Nope, still being attacked. I do have the Panic button, which is great, because I know I'm not being attacked the turn after. So it's the Panic button. I think I'll do Hand of Greed, then Second Wind to get rid of the Doubt, and then the Whirlwind. Beautiful. This is why I love Panic button, right? In a lot of fights, it's very effective. I kind of want to put the Spot Weakness back, because I don't need it here. Let's do Anger and Wait. Okay. No, unfortunately, I'm weakened and frail next turn, and I'm being attacked again. And this time, I don't have a Panic button to save me. Let's do... anything I need to headbutt? Oh, even if I do, I can't draw it. Let's do Corruption, and then Spot Weakness, and Defend. I'm trying to think. So I have 10 block already. I need 27. This is another 3. So that's 13 plus 12 is 25. With an Essence of Steel, if I can get rid of this guy. But no, I can't, because I only have 18. So I really need 31. And so 21 block, this would be... yeah, even if I play all my potions, it's only 20. So I'll still miss it by 1. That's a bummer. Not much I could have done about that. Let's do Iron Wave and Headbutt, and I'll bring back... probably Hand of... well, actually, Hand of Greed might have been... oh, I could have gotten rid of this guy. I forgot about the Panache. And then I could have used my potion. It's fine. Let's save the potions for later. A bummer, though. Okay. Alright, here let's do Emulate, Hand of Greed, True Grit, hoping... I was hoping it would hit the Decay. It didn't. That's fine. And okay, this one is not attacking me. And next turn, I'll have the Stone Calendar trigger, so not too worried about this guy. Although, yeah, I can still kill both of them. All right. And I'm still not being attacked. I mean, I got the Hand of Greed. I was going to wait for it, but I got it. That's good. Got Mango up and pick up Race from Extra by 14, which is great. And then another Essence of Steel Potion. I think I'll skip that. And I already have these two, so let's take Shockwave. Okay. And then, yeah, going left for the next elite. We've got the Snecko. I don't think I need Bloodletting. I also don't really think I need to headbutt anything. So, yeah, let's do just headbutt first under my entrance and wait. Okay. Alright, 15. Okay. I will take a little bit of damage, but I think I'll play the Strikes, Emulate, and Hand of Greed. Beautiful. And then extra card draw here is always nice. Shockwave is free. Defend is free. One of them at least. Iron Wave is free. I should have done the Bash first, although it doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, I think it doesn't make sense to wait back for the Hand of Greed. Let's just kill here. Okay. Alright, Heavy Blade. I do have some strength, but I don't think it's enough. Same with Sword Boomerang. I think I'll take the Clothesline instead. The weakness might be helpful. Alright, here I got the Snake Plant. Okay, Dramatic Entrance, Defend, and Iron Wave. Alright. 21 incoming here. I don't think I can defend, but I also can absorb a lot of damage, so that's fine. Should I do a strike here? Yeah, sure, why not? Yep. Alright, extra card draw, another 21. Yeah, Panic Button would have been great here. Let's do Defend, then Thunderclap, and then Sever Soul. That does get rid of the curse. Okay. Got rid of my plate armor there, unfortunately. Can I use Hand of Greed here at 28? No, I don't have enough. Well, let's try. Let's do Clothesline, Anger, and then Hand of Greed is enough. Beautiful. So I got extra gold out of that. Got an Ancient Potion, which I'll skip. Warcry, Body Slam, Second Wind. Sometimes I do have a lot of block, but... And I already have the second one. Let's take the Warcry. I don't often have enough block, so... Turn 1 would be great for Body Slam, but... 21. Let's do Spot Weakness, Dramatic Entrance, Iron Wave, and then True Grit would be 21, but then I'll lose the Panic Button. But I think that's fine. That way I can still defend next turn. Okay. 12 incoming. Shockwave brings it down to 8, and that is enough with the Methyl size, right? Let's do that. Let's do Flash of Steel here too. Let's do Bloodletting as well. Extra card draw is nice. Should I headbutt? I don't have the Panic Button anymore. Anything else I need to headbutt? Yeah, probably... Iron Wave for True Grit or something like that, right? I can play everything here. Let's do Bash, Anger, Defend, and then Headbutt. Yeah, I guess my best defensive card is the True Grit. Let's take it. Okay. Next turn I am weakened. Still only have 12 incoming. The Defend alone is enough. Actually, so is the Second Wind. So I think I'll do Thunderclap, Emulate, and then... that was a misclick. I meant to play the Second Wind. It's fine. No harm done here. And I'm not weakened anymore. Oh, unfortunately, I can't deal enough damage, and I also cannot really defend. 8 plus 5 is 13. I mean, unless... Yeah, fine. Let's use the... wait, I need... Actually, not 15. I need 17. So I have 13. Yeah, I have to drink the Essence of Steel Potion here. Okay. Alright. And then 24 incoming. There's a Hand of Greed, and that is enough to get me extra gold. Beautiful. Alright, I got Pendant Bearer. 10th attack you play deals double damage, as well as Snecko Oil, which is not too bad. Heavy Blade Combust, Ghostly Armor. Ghostly Armor is a great defensive card. Let's take it. And then here I'll upgrade. The True Grit would like an upgrade now that I have so many curses. I think that is worth it. That way I can control exactly what I exhaust. And hopefully that will be a curse most of the time. Alright, Champ with 12 incoming. I'm fully defended here, which is good. I think I'll just do Bash, Dramatic Entrance, and Hand of Greed. Start slow here. Okay. I will definitely drink the potion, but if I can avoid doing that, I will wait. Yeah, here I might have to do that. Unfortunately, even with the potion, I don't think... So hang on, if I do Snecko Oil... Wait, if I do the block and Heart of Iron, that's 18 plus 4 plus 3. That is 20... That would be enough, right? Yeah, fine. Let's do Corruption, Sentinel. Drink the block potion, drink the Heart of Iron. So that's 25. Yeah, that allows me to be fully defended. Let's also do Emulate and Strike. Now, unfortunately, next turn I'll be Frail. But that way I'm still saving the Snake Oil potion. I might need that. Okay, not being attacked here. That's good. Let's do Panache, Shockwave, Thunderclap, and save the defense, of course. Okay. Still not being attacked. Good. Man, I would... Actually, I don't think I need to get rid of the Clumsy. I'm going to lose the Ghostly Armor anyway, unless I Warcry it back. Let's do that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's save the Decay for now. Okay. Alright, another 18. I have enough, thanks to Ghostly Armor, and... actually, I don't need to defend. Let's save that. Let's do Iron Wave here. Barely break through the block, and wait. Okay. And weaken next turn, though. 13. Well... I only have 10. So that might be a problem. Let's do Spot Weakness, Flash of Steel. I can weaken it down to... Oh, double damage spot, Clothesline. Hang on, that's not going to be enough. It's only going to weaken it down to 25% less. It's going to be 14, right? I only have 10. With the Metallicize, it would be enough, right? 13, actually. Yeah, beautiful. Let's do Metallicize and then a strike. Okay, that also triggered the Panache. And the next turn, I will have Stone Calendar triggered, so that would force a transformation. I just have to defend against 18. Second wind is just 3. That's 17. I'm 1 short. Panic button is worth it, though, so I can grab it with the Snake Oil Potion, right? Yeah, let's play the Snake Oil Potion. Okay. So I'm guaranteed to get the Panic button here. Let's do that. And then I'm fully defended. I kind of want to do Sever Soul. I will lose a lot of good stuff, though, but I think that's fine. Actually, let's do Bloodletting first. Alright. Then no vulnerability. Anything I should think ahead? Let me do a strike first here. Then do Thinking Ahead. I will need attacks next turn, and I do have plenty of attacks now, but here, let's put the, I don't know, Strike back, Sever Soul back, Whirlwind. Actually, yeah, let's do Sever Soul next turn. Let's do that, because this turn I can get rid of all of the curses with the second wind. And then just do Anger, Strike 1, Strike 2, and then Whirlwind. Okay? Alright, Stone Calendar trigger, so next turn I'm not going to get attacked, and I'm not going to be weakened 2, which might be good. And here I can do Sever Soul, right? Oof, anything I need to headbutt. No, I think instead I'll just, although the vulnerability will only affect this turn, right? Still, I think I'll just do Bash and Sever Soul, so I'm losing all of my skills. Still have to deal a lot of damage. Alright, at least I'm not vulnerable next turn either, so only have to defend against 32, but that is a big only. So yeah, no, I don't think... I do have double damage with the Clothesline, that's 60. Okay, that was a close one. Alright, did not expect to break this one, but it was able to pull through. Beautiful. Barricade feeds Sadistic Nature, so I need to use the feat 2 more times, but Barricade is an amazing card. It did help me a lot yesterday. And there's a small chance I might get a, like, 6 extra max HP from somewhere else, so I'm gonna risk Barricade here, okay? And then here, Tiny House gives me 5 of the 6 max HP I needed. I don't think I do Pandora's Box. Yeah, let's take Tiny House and pick up, obtain 1 potion, obtain 50 gold. Sorry, gain 50 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain 1 card, and upgrade 1 random card. So that gives me Ghost of the Armor upgrade and Entropic Brew, which is great. And I already have these 2, so let's take the Havoc here. Alright, so I'm guaranteed 1 more curse, and I still need to remove the Doubt. So ideally, I would have a shop on the second half of Act 2. 1, 2. Unfortunately, I have a 2 lead path on the left with 2 early shops, and then no shop after that. Still, I think I'll take it and really hope I have a transformation opportunity. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 5 curses, 1 of them being a duplicate. Alright, I guess I can skip this early shop too. I can go on the left, get a regular fight, and have this shop instead. Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't need 2 shops. And I think, actually, wait, I can remove the Doubt, right? And I guess there's a small chance I might get a duplicate. Well, not a small chance, but I might get a duplicate from the treasure chest, but I guess I'll have to live with that. Let's do Dramatic Entrance, Anger, Strike, and Sever Soul. Okay. Time-wise, I'm doing okay. Alright, lots of incoming here. Let's do Spot Weakness, probably Immolate, and then, yeah, Whirlwind gets rid of 1 of them at least. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage, but extra card draw 2, which is nice. Okay. And then here, let's do Headbutt what? Whirlwind probably, right? Yeah, actually, I can Headbutt the Whirlwind and then draw it with the Flash of Steel. And then, actually, I think I'll put it back in case I... Oh, no, I should just use it here. Yeah, let's do Strike. And then, Thinking Ahead. Yeah, if I got the Hand of Greed, that would be great, but this is fine. Okay. Alright, Combust, Triggered Havoc. Combust is not the worst. I do have Duno Deck at the end. Yeah, not the worst. It would trigger the Centennial Puzzle. Although, no, this happens at the end of my turn, so it's not that good. I already have the other 2. Let's take the Combust. Also, there's a small chance I might get a Might Blast, so the more cards I have, the better. Alright, I'm fully defended here. Let's see what the Havoc plays that's a defend. Play all the other attacks here. Okay. 18. Alright, Flash of Steel is good. Spot Weakness, Ghostly Armor. Let's see what the Warcry gives me. I probably don't need Sentinel. Trigger is enough. Okay. Another 16. Ooh, too bad I can't use the Hand of Greed, right? Double damage not ready yet. Alright, fine. Let's do Clothesline, Hand of Greed, and yeah, fine. Let's do Bloodletting. And 2 strikes is 20. That's very close, but not quite enough. Actually, no, and then I have a Whirlwind too, right? Yeah, actually, let's do Whirlwind now. That way I have double damage for the next fight. Okay. An Energy Potion, Flash of Steel, I already have that. I still don't think I'll take Body Slam. I will take the Dual Wheel, though. Although now that I have a Barricade, Body Slam would not have been the worst, and might have actually allowed me to get Overkill. I should have probably considered that a little longer. Let's do a double damage strike here to make entrance and wave and wait. Okay. Alright, 22 incoming. Probably don't need to duplicate that Whirlwind. Let's see what the Havoc plays. That's a Warcry. I think I'll put the Whirlwind... No, I guess I can use it now. Let's put a Strike back. Then dual wield the Anger. Play the Angers. Then Strike and Whirlwind. And unfortunately, I'm going to take a lot of damage here. Alright, 16. I probably don't need the Barricade here. Let's do... Bloodletting doesn't work with Centennial Puzzle anymore because it already triggered. Let's do Metallicize, Defend, and then Sever Soul. Okay, yeah, not happy with how much HP I'm losing in this fight. Let's do Panache, Thunderclap, Hand of Greed. So close to being able to get me double damage there. Would have been 80 damage, right? Let's do Sentinel here. Okay. And then here, let's do double damage Clothesline, then Flash of Steel, and then a Bash for a kill, right? Let me see if there's anything useful I can get here. No, that's fine. Alright. Okay, Seeing Red Sentinel dual wield. Did I just pick up a dual wield? Yeah, I did. Okay, too bad the one I have, it's not upgraded. But yeah, I already have the Sentinel too. Let's take the Seeing Red. Okay. And here I got the Jawworm Simulator. Whirlwind would be great. Did not get either. Let's start off with the rank entrance and then target one of these. Okay, I'm actually losing a lot of HP so far, and I'm not happy with that. Because I still want max HP, and I would want to avoid resting at rest sites if I can, but might not be able to. Ooh, I could dual wield the Hand of Greed. I won't have a lot of energy to play everything, though. Let's do Seeing Red first. Yeah, if I dual wield the Hand of Greed and then do Thunderclap, is it enough? So one of them is enough, 39, and yeah, the other one is enough too. Actually, I can even do something like... Oh, no. Let's target this guy. That way I don't take any damage this turn. And then do Flash of Steel. Beautiful. I still have a Headbutt, which I might wait for. Although these guys do deal a lot of damage, and I would like to try to avoid taking too much damage here. I think... Actually, Barricade Panic Button is great, right? Let's put the Iron Wave back. Let's do True Grit, the Doubt, then do Barricade, then do Panic Button. Okay. And yeah, I mean, if I can wait for a Headbutt, I'll do it. And yeah, there's the Headbutt. And allows me to move back a Hand of Greed. And actually allows me to draw the Hand of Greed and play it. Awesome. Alright, got 75 gold out of that, right? We got a Flex Potion, Clothesline, Sword Boomerang. I already have this. Between these two, do I apply that many statuses for Sadistic Nature to be worth it? I do have a Shockwave, Thunderclap, Bash. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, let's do the Sword Boomerang. That might be slightly better. Okay. Alright, here, let me first remove the Duplicate Doubt. Okay. And then, let's see. Don't see anything in the cards. Although I do need to buy some cards to get to Inscription. I already have these three. Master of Strategy is expensive, but might be good. There's no way for me to get I Like Shiny anymore, right? Although Akabiko might be good. Probably don't need Captain's Will. Probably don't need a second Entropic Brew. Probably don't need Frozen Eye. Let's take the Akabiko. Your first attack each combat is 8 additional damage. And then, actually, the Heart of Iron is really nice. I think I'll take it over the Flex Potion. It is expensive, but possibly worth it. And then, you know what? If I'm hoping I can get Inscription without having to buy too many cards. So let's take the Master of Strategy. It is expensive, but it might be worth it. Okay. Alright, and then going this way for one more question mark room. Alright. Okay. Probably upgrade the Barricade here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. If I get Barricade played on turn 1, it might allow me to perfect the last boss. Alright, here I got the Reptimancer. Panic Button is interesting. Probably not necessary, though. Let's do Dramatic Entrance. And then Strike. Okay, beautiful. That allows me to be full defense. Let's also do Corruption, but not play the Panic Button. I don't need it yet. Okay. Lots of incoming here. Let's do Flash of Steel. Shockwave is good. Okay. Then Anger gets rid of this guy, but then I have lots of incoming. Let me see if I can get something good. No, there's nothing I can do, right? Second one will just give me 3 block. That's nowhere near enough. Let's actually put it back. I guess I could draw it with the Warcry. Yeah, I don't think I need to. Let's get rid of you. And then do... yeah, that's enough to get rid of this guy. So let's do Strike and then Silver Soul. Okay. Yeah, nothing I could have done against the 22 here. Alright, 18. I do have Seeing Red and Ghostly Armor, so that's good. And then let's do Thunderclap, Sword Boomerang, double damage strike, another strike, and then I guess I'll do Defend. No need to play the second one yet. Alright, not being attacked here, that's good. There's an Immolate and a Spot Weakness on the wrong turn. Alright, let's do Metallicize, Iron Wave, and Immolate. And Weaken 2, right, which is unfortunate. Could have done Blood... no, man, I already triggered the Centurion Puzzle. Okay, there's Hand of Greed for 40. If I do Clothesline, and yeah, that is enough. Alright, at least I got extra gold out of that, so that's good. We got Question Card, Future Card Awards, so 1 additional card to choose from. Anger, Secret Technique, Magnetism. I don't think I'll need Magnetism. Let's take the Secret Technique here. Okay. And then here, I don't want to lose HP. Oh man, that might have been good. Yeah, Regret, that is a unique curse. So far I'm on track for getting Highlander and curses, right? Regret, Shame, Clumsy, Decay, and Doubt. Beautiful. We also got Happy Fire. Every 3 turns get extra energy. So now my only problem is my HP. Okay. I'm actually very happy with the potions I have. I don't think I'll take any of these potions, so let's move on. Alright, Giant Head. This might be a bit of a challenge, unless I get the barricade early. I did not. Let's do Panache. Probably Akabiko, Dramatic Entrance, sure. I think let's do Headbutt, because I don't really need to Headbutt anything, and then do Silver Soul at the end to come. So fully defended so far. Another 13. I needed block, I didn't get any. Let's see if the Bloodletting gives me any good cards with Centennial Puzzle. It did just give me one defend. Let me see if the Warcry gives me something good. No. Alright, fine. I mean, I could drink the Heart of Iron, should I? Yeah, fine, let's do the Heart of Iron. Seems wasteful, but I sort of have to do it if I want to perfect this one, right? And then let's dual wield the Sword Boomerang. I'll do Bash with double damage. Then, let's do Strike, Sword Boomerang 1, then Sword Boomerang 2. Yeah, 48 damage, that's not too bad. Okay. Here, I'm guaranteed not to be attacked. Yeah, Corruption is fine. Let's do Corruption. Then, I don't think I'll need to defend. Let's just do Clothesline. Okay. Alright, another 9. I am full of here, and there's the barricade. Yes. Anything I need to secret taking. I'm actually a little hesitant to play the Combust. That might be too dangerous. Let's grab the Spot Weakness. How about that? And then I can do Emulate. Alright. Well, barricade allows me to save 1 block for next turn. Yay. 22 incoming and no block whatsoever. Oh man, that's a shame. And there's nothing I can do about that, right? Yep, absolutely nothing. Alright, let's do Thunderclap, Strike, and Hand of Greed. There's no reason to play the Seeing Red. Yeah, unfortunately I'm losing quite a bit of HP here. Okay, next turn the Stone Calendar will trigger. At least I can apply Weakness again. That's still quite a bit of incoming. Let's do double damage Strike. Then Iron Wave and 919. Yeah, alright, at least I'm alive. Okay. Not by much though. Still need to deal a good amount of damage here. Let's do Master of Strategy. Okay. See what the Havoc... Actually, let's do Thinking Ahead and then I can control exactly... Ooh, I do have Panic Button. Yeah, fine, fine. Let's do Havoc here. Then do Flash of Steel. Yeah, might as well do Panic Button. And then a Strike. And then the, yes, Stone Calendar was enough there. Got Blue Candle, that's really good. And Play with Curse card can now be played. When we play with Curse, lose 1 HP and exhausted. Really nice together with Centennial Puzzle as well, right? A Regen Potion. I really needed that. Okay, now I feel like I don't need to rest anymore because I got the Regen Potion. I also have to pick up one of the cards I don't already have, which is either the Intimidator or Perfected Strike. And now I'm worried I might not be able to get Inscabian. But let's take the Perfected... Actually, I don't have any other Strike cards. So fine, I'll do the Intimidate. Let's try to be more defensive, I guess. Here, I could get another curse, and that will trigger... It's a unique curse still. And that will trigger the Centennial Puzzle with the Blue Candle. I think that's worth it. Let's do it. And also it allows me to heal. Yeah, that's also valuable. And also gets me another card, so I just need one more card. I already have a doubt. Upgrading all cards is a little dangerous because I do want to heal. Let's take a Rare Relic. Yes, let's take the Rare Relic here. Alright, Hexagos, that's fine. Let's draw extra cards with the rights. Beautiful. I don't know if I do want to dual wield anything. I guess I can dual wield the Bash. I don't know. Dramatic Entrance. Let's dual wield the Bash. I have the energy to play that. And then Dramatic Entrance and a Strike. Okay. Right, here I'm being attacked for 24. That should be fine, right? Yeah, I have Corruption. Let's do Metallicize. I'll do Headbutt. Probably the dual wield and then True Grit. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of damage, but I think that's okay here. 6 incoming. Let's get rid of the Regret. Probably get rid of the Shame too, right? Yep. Ghostly Armor. Deal with the Strike. Okay. Right, another 10. Let's do Shockwave. Master of Strategy. Havoc, which plays a Secret Technique. Okay. And that allows me to get... yeah, how about Spot Weakness here? Get extra strength that way. I can do Clothesline. I'm fully defended here, right? So let's just do Iron Wave and Strike. Okay. Yeah, this is what I mean, right? If I had the barricade earlier, I would have had already so much block. Here, let's do Panache. I don't have double damage ready anytime soon. Emulate and Strike. I also haven't gotten Overkill at any point, which is a shame. So maybe taking that Body Slam would have been a good idea. Here, let's do Sword Boomerang, and that's enough. Beautiful. Alright, gotta give you kind of gain strength that red sets up to 3 times. Bloodletting, Rampage, Pummel Strike, Shrug It Off. I think between Shrug It Off and Pummel Strike, I think I'll take the Shrug It Off. That's defense and extra card draw. Now I also have the Inscabian modifier, and I could get a Parasite, although I mean, it wouldn't interfere with my Highlander Curses, but I probably still want to avoid it. Let's get rid of the Wraith to see what I draw. Okay. Yeah, probably don't want to do Panic Button. I think I probably don't want to do anything here, right? Let's just Shrug It Off. Spot Weakness is good. Let's get rid of the Shame. Should I do Combust? Is that too much? Let's do Combust. It does deal a little bit of damage every turn. Okay. It also makes me lose HP every turn, but... here, let's do Intimidate. And then I can fully defend here, right? So let's... Akabiko Sword Boomerang is pretty good. But then I might get a curse. Let's avoid that. Come. Another 30. Okay, this is what I was worried about. Yeah, fine. Let's do Iron Wave. Try to risk... If I get a curse with the anger, I will be sad. So let's not do that. Instead, get rid of this and do this. Okay. A little worried here. Down to 12. Oh, I should have drank the regen potion. I forgot about that. Yeah, I should have done that a little sooner. Let's do Panache. Then Hand of Greed. That is 10. I mean, I lose HP, but... Yeah, fine. Let's do Metallicize. Okay. Alright. And then 48. That is a lot. Let's try to avoid that. Let's do Emulate here. Okay, 22. That is still a lot. Let's do Sever Soul. Get rid of the doubt. And 48 is still a lot. Let's do a Strike. I guess at this point the curse... Yeah, 22. I'm dead here, right? Oh, man. I don't want to waste my potions, but I might have to. Would I... You know what? Let me reload, and let's assume this is the one reload of my day. I'm ignoring the one on Act 1, because that was a silly mistake. Oh, actually, it wasn't a mistake. It was just to speed up the game. Let's do a reload, and I should definitely drink the regen potion sooner. And I do wonder if I should be a little bit more aggressive with attacks. Yeah, because I don't have enough attack patterns, or attack cards to be able to really... yeah, and let's also not do the combust here. I don't think I need the 7 damage every turn. I think instead I'll get rid of curses here and use my my regen potion there. Alright, here let's do spot weakness, double defend, and actually there's nothing else I can do, so I'm not even going to do the panic button, because I will need to block next turn. Okay. Extra card draw here is good. Here, let's do Intimidate. I don't think I need Bloodletting. Let's do Sentinel, Iron Wave. Then double damage to Boomerang is pretty good. Okay. Alright, 11. That's actually nice. I'm fully defended. I don't need to get rid of the decay here either. Okay. 21. Let's do Panache, Hand of Greed. And, I mean, it's risky, but let's do Sever Soul here. Okay. I did get a curse. That's fine. It's a unique curse. It is a shame, but at least I'm not losing too much HP yet. Actually, dual wield the Metallicize seems like a great idea. Okay. And then let's risk a Strike. I might as well do Emulate. If I'm doing an attack, might as well do Emulate. Alright, fine. 15 is okay. Alright. And then here, I don't have double damage active anytime soon. Oh, I can headbutt a good attack like the Emulate, and then play that with the Havoc, right? And then do Clothesline, it as enough. Alright, fine. Okay, fine. Got out of this without too much damage. Burning Pack, Cleave, Evolve, True Grid. I think I'll take the Burning Pack. Sometimes I do have extra energy, especially if I get the Corruption played early. Do I need to upgrade anything? The Beer Kit is already upgraded, so is the Corruption. I think I'll gain Strength instead. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Alright. And I do have an Entropy Brew. Let's see what I can do here on turn 1. Time-wise, I'm doing fine. 4 minutes, I think, should be doable. I could duel with the Dramatic Entrance, and then Panic Button is a little risky. I am fully defended with the Defend, though, right? Let's see what the Wraith gives me first. Okay. Oof. Get rid of this as well. Should I dual wield the Emulate instead? No. Well, I do with the energy. No, let's do dual wield the Dramatic Entrance. Play those two. And then I can do Emulate and Defend. Okay, so far so good. Alright, double damage is active next turn. 26 incoming. Not much I can do here. Alright, let's drink the Energy Potion now, then the Entropic Brew. Okay, now did give me a Blood Potion, Strength Potion, and an Essence of Steel Potion. But I still will need lots of block, and I don't have any. Let's get rid of the Strike, see what I get here. Second Wind would be 10 block, plus 8 is 18, 19, 26. There's no way I can draw more cards, right? So I think I just got a little unlucky here. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can do. Alright, in that case, let's do Spot Weakness. Let's do Headbutt. I'll bring back... Probably not the Panic Button. Let's do Emulate. And then do Metallicize, Bash, and Strike. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. I just needed to get a little luckier draws. The Barrier Kit on turn 1 would have made a huge difference, which I unfortunately didn't get. And there's nothing I can do about that. Alright, let's Parasite, Strike, and then Whirlwind. That way I'll gain extra strength as well. Okay. Actually, I'm kind of glad I got the Blood Potion too. That HP might have been necessary here. Here, let's get rid of the Decay, then do Hand of Greed, Sword Boomerang, and wow, okay. Let's do Seeing Red to trigger the Panache. It's not that far off from being able to kill the backliner there. Need another 32 blocks. Secret Technique has to give me a good defensive card. Might be the Ghostly Armor, right? I might need that. I can't really think of anything else. Master Strategy might be good too. Let's do that first. Okay, there's a Corruption. Unfortunately, I still don't think I can fully defend, right? I have 10, no, 8, 14, 22, plus 9 is 31. I need 32. So I think I'm one short. Wait, let me just check. 8, 17, 31. Yeah, no, I have to reload this one. All right, now it has to go in the thumbnail because it's my second reload, and also this one wasn't a mistake. It was, you know, I have to survive. So I think the key is I have to concentrate more damage on the backliner. So still get rid of the Wraith. What if I dual wield the Immolate? You know what? Let's do that. Let's drink the energy potion, dual wield the Immolate. Okay, that would allow me to deal more damage on the backliner. So let's do dramatic entrance, defend, and then do 2 Immolates. Yeah, still only gets the double damage active for the next turn, but that's fine, hopefully. Okay. 26. Yeah, get rid of the strike. This is the turn I wasn't able to defend anyway, right? So I think it's fine. Let's do Metallicize, Spot Weakness, and then Headbutt, and I'll bring back the Immolate, and then a strike. Okay. Oh, I should have drank this. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's do it now. Drink this, and this, and this. Okay. So now... Oh, and I also wasted double damage, right? That's fine, I guess. Let's do Immolate, a strike, and then Whirlwind. I'm not going to get rid of the Parasite. I'm hoping that 1 HP I save will make a difference. Okay. Alright, here, let's do... I have the Panache, right? Let's do Seeing Red, Defend, Sword Boomerang, Hand of Greed, Decay. Yeah, still don't have quite enough. Thought last time I got closer to being able to deal enough damage to Dono. And I clearly don't. This is the problem, right? What if I don't take the Master Strategy? Let's grab a definite defensive card. So Shrug It Off. Okay. So I can do Shrug It Off. Still do Corruption. True Grit the Strike. And then I can do Sever Soul and Anger. Okay. That way I'm still alive at least. Alright. Time-wise I'm still fine too. Okay. Let's see if I can deal enough damage. Let's do Thunderclap. Double damage Clothesline. Okay. And then get rid of the doubt, so I'm not weakened next turn. And I think I have to kill next turn, otherwise I'm in trouble. Another 32. Oh, hang on. Sentinel does something. Havoc gives me ghostly armor. And then Event, that's 26, 30, 31. I'm still alive. Beautiful. Let me see what the Warcry gives me. Flash of Steel. I can use that to bring back the Strike. Okay. And Stone Calendar. Alright, fine. So not able to perfect, but was able to survive with a reload. And of course, Barricade was pretty much almost at the very bottom. Let's do Thinking Head here. And then Shockwave and Iron Wave. Yeah, fine. Alright, not much I could have done about the Act 1 and Act 3 bosses. Just got bad card draw, and the Barricade was at the end. 1153, that's not that great. So out of the 6 elites I perfected, only 2. Only got the Act 2 boss, and that was with some luck. Was able to get Curse and Highlander. That definitely helped my score. Without that, I would be at 1053. Was able to do the Well-Fed modifier. Only 1 max HP shy from being able to get the Stuff modifier. But yeah, didn't get Overkill, didn't get Combo. Did get Lightspeed, though, so that's good. And skipped the end, just barely. But man, missing those elites, those bosses, I mean, was the big problem, right? So let's see. I am 24th right now. Okay, with 1 perfected elite 24th, that means that I think a lot of people had trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that means that this was actually a very difficult run. So, Flicknick at 1103, so 50 points less than me. If I had somehow perfected the other 2 bosses, that would have been 1303. And Gemino got 1403. That's such an insane score. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gemino was able to get all the bosses and then also got something like Overkill, maybe perfected a few more elites. That's an insane score, though, just especially today. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could have done differently in Act 1 to allow me to perfect the Act 1 boss, and I can't think of anything. I think I just had to get a little luckier. And there's, once again, just like yesterday, there was a dead branch offered in the shop that I think most people saw and weren't able to afford because there's no way to get 300 gold before that first shop. Unless you skip a question mark room to get a shop later on, I just don't see a way to do it. So yeah, I think this must have been another dead branch free run, and yeah, I mean, really impressive run from Gemino. Gemino's on a roll the last few days, just consistently doing really well, perfecting everything, so congratulations. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your secret was to be able to get through the Act 1 boss. The Act 3 one, I could imagine with some better luck and some better cards, perfecting that one. The Act 1 boss, I just don't see a way to do that. Anyway, let's review the scores from yesterday. Alright, so yesterday was an Ironclad run with the All-Stars, Colorless Cards, and Midas modifiers. So yeah, 2 of the 3 modifiers were the same. And also, just like today, there was a dead branch in the very first shop, which I think nobody was able to afford because it was too expensive. So that was unfortunate. A lot of people missed that as well. But yeah, Gemino did really well with 1526, which is an insane score. Gemino was able to affect 7 of the elites and all of the bosses. Now, he did mention that he was able to get very lucky with the Act 1 boss and had Incense Murder at 3 before entering that fight, which is actually a really smart strategy because I should have realized yesterday I did not have enough damage to transform, so having Incense Burner ready for the big attack of the slime boss would have allowed me to get an extra few turns to be able to transform at a better value. And that's exactly what Gemino did. He was able to transform at around 40, which made the next few turns a little easier. So that was a very smart play from Gemino. And also, just like me, Gemino bottled the Barricade, which proved to be very essential. So Gemino was actually very impressed by the very few people who did go for Popper and did really well with that. Gemino also was able to get Highlander Curses, just like I think most people, and then also was able to get I Like Shiny and Overkill, but missed the Lightspeed modifier. So yeah, great score, well-deserved, top 20 finish, congratulations. And then I mean, I'm pretty sure, so everything above 1700 is obviously using glitches. I wouldn't be surprised if people up here are using glitches as well. So in my mind, Gemino is basically first place. Goldberry ended up in the top 20 with 1489. That's also a great score. Goldberry perfected 5 of the 8 elites and all the bosses as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he also had Incense Burner ready for the big attack. He also was able to get Highlander Curses, which again, I do want to point out that Goldberry got really unlucky last year with getting Highlander Curse, and this year he's been getting it pretty consistently, so congratulations. Interestingly, Goldberry bottled the Apotheosis. Some people did that, which is an interesting approach. I do have to admit that having that Barricade on turn 1 did help me quite a lot on the bosses yesterday. So yeah, I wouldn't risk not bottling the wait, actually, hang on. Apotheosis is a skill, not a power. Did I get Bottle Lightning? Interesting. I don't think I did. If so, I forgot. Yeah, alright, fine. And then, yeah, Goldberry also mentioned that he was able to get Overkill, I Like Shiny, and Inscription. So, yeah, congratulations. Great score here. Well-deserved top 20 finish. Then you have Alex in the dark here, tied with 1457. Alex perfected 6 of the 8 elites, 2 of the 3 bosses. Alex actually perfected the Act 1 boss, but missed the Act 3 boss, the Dumb and Dumber, as he calls it. He also took pretty much the same path as me, but had different card rewards. Was able to get Highlander Curses, as well as Overkill, but missed the time modifiers. And then also, just like me, had unique curses by the time he had the Writhing Mass, so didn't need a curse there. And also, one of the very few people was able to pull up Popper yesterday, which is very impressive. And I think Gemino pointed out that Barricade was pretty much essential for him and for me as well. And Alex was able to get a perfect on pretty much everything other than the Act 3 boss without Barricade. So congratulations, that's a big achievement. The next you have Peltzy with 1430. Knight ended up with 1423. I ended up with 1378, which is not too bad. I perfected 5 of the 8 elites, only 2 of the 3 bosses. I missed the Act 1 boss. I just didn't have enough damage, and right after the transformation, the slime boss also kept attacking me all the time, so there's nothing I could have done. I also reloaded and wasn't able to pull it off. I was able to get Highlander Curses, and I did actually reject. I committed to rejecting the last treasure chest before opening it. I did open it out of curiosity, and it would have given me a duplicate, right? But yeah, I committed to rejecting it. So yeah, by rejecting the final treasure chest with Curse Key, I was able to get Highlander Curses. I also was able to get I Like Shiny, Overkill, but missed the Lightspeed modifier. The next you have Roland here with 1370. Ishmael got 1362. Ishmael perfected 4 of the 7 leads, 2 of the 3 bosses. I assume he missed the Act 1 boss too. I wouldn't be surprised that I think the hardest one. Was able to get Highland and Curses, and actually Ishmael mentioned that he got the very last unique curse from the Writhing Mass, so I suspect he must have not taken the Curse Key or might have removed a lot of other curses. Was also able to get Overkill and the Lightspeed modifier, which I don't think anybody else was able to get, so congratulations for that. The next you have Flicknickum and Nick and Cyberfox tied for 1339. Mati got 1337, Steven got 1326, and Simone barely in the top 100 with 1322, tied for 99th place. Simone perfected 5 of the 8 elites, missed the Act 1 boss just like me, and also pretty much missed all the Act 1 elites. But then was able to perfect everything after that. Got Highlander, but missed the Curse modifier. Simone mentioned that he rejected Curse Key because he wanted to survive after having a few days where he had trouble surviving. So I can totally see that, and you know, the extra 100 points would have been great, but might have made survival slightly more difficult. He also was able to go for Popper, just like Alex. Mentioned that he used Calipers, which he called was Barricade at Home, which does make sense. But yeah, Barricade does make things easier, but if you can perfect everything, and I got Barricade after the Act 1 boss, so, you know, it seems like Simone was able to get Barricade and still perfect everything after that, so, without the Barricade. So yeah, that does make Popper worth it. And also was able to Overkill, but missed the Lightspeed modifier. And I did want to give a shout out to Mike, who missed the top 100 just by a little bit. But yeah, that's it for yesterday. Let me know in comments what you did for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.